Overcoming Depression Part 5, Causes and Where to Start, Conclusion. Subscribe and stay tuned for the rest. Hey guys, this video is part 5 in a full series on overcoming depression. If you haven't seen the first 4 yet, I hope you check them out now because I'm going to be drawing a conclusion from all the different causes of depression that we've already talked about and what they have in common. And just like in the last one, I will be picking up right where I left off because this video was never designed to be a series. It just turned out to be an incredibly long video that I had no choice but to break up. So if you haven't seen the other ones yet, please check those out first. And without further ado, here we go!
You create what you feel and you can make what you want real. There is a way to make the change. It cannot wait another day.
Now, the majority of us, though, I think fall somewhere in between all three. A lot of us have jobs that we don't enjoy, yet we go to every single day of the week. A lot of us went through experiences, pretty much all of us went through experiences that left us with limiting, negative, subconscious beliefs about ourselves. And yet I'm sure a lot of us, because the majority does a job they hate every day, and because the majority of people have negative subconscious beliefs about themselves, we feel like we shouldn't be depressed. This is how everyone else does it. If they can do it, so can I. And if I'm depressed from this, something's wrong with me because I have no reason to be depressed. My life is not that bad. So there's just something wrong with me. And no, there isn't. Yeah, a lot of people work jobs they hate, and yes, all of us have had experiences that gave us negative subconscious beliefs. But I have a secret for you. Most of us are depressed, okay? So just because it's what everyone else is doing doesn't mean it's right. Just because it's normal doesn't mean it's natural, doesn't mean it's the way that we should be doing things. So yeah, a lot of us are in the same boat, but a lot of us are miserable in this freaking boat. So, and yet, because it's something that we all do, we think it's normal. We think that there's something wrong with us for feeling depressed about it, but there's not. The majority of us are depressed with our lives because we're not doing things that are fulfilling to us. The majority of us get up, go to our job, which I'm sure most of us don't enjoy, and then we come home, we do the things we have to get done, leaving no time for the things that we want to do and the things that are making us happy, and we're surprised when we're miserable. I don't get it. I really don't. And I do think a lot of that is stemmed from the belief that it's selfish. It's selfish to want for more. It's selfish to want better for yourself. If your life is better than someone else's, you should just be happy, and it's selfish to want more for yourself. But I don't agree with that because you can only share what you have. If you have nothing for yourself, what do you have to share with others? And we're told that it's selfish, but who is someone who is more likely to give? Someone who is working 40 hours a week to barely survive, or someone who has taken the time to transform themselves mentally and emotionally and is now living the life of their dreams, making a ton of money, and someone who wants that for others? Like, I think it's pretty obvious who's gonna be more likely to share. The person who has more to share, more reasons to want to share, because they have this abundance now that they didn't have before. Yeah, some people who have a lot are selfish and they suck. But most people, if given $1 million, would have no problem sharing that with others. So you can only give what you have to share. Don't be afraid to want more for yourself so that you can turn around and give more to others. So with our 3 different causes of depression, whether it is yourself, others, or no reason, what they all have in common is your thoughts. If you are the cause of your depression and you are making choices that you don't stand behind, that are making you miserable, you're not going to have the internal dialogue that I love my life, I love who I am, I love what I'm doing. You're going to have the internal dialogue of I hate my life, I hate what I'm doing, I hate myself. And each dialogue is going to have very different reactions as far as your emotion and then the action that you take in your life. And same if others are the cause of your depression. If others have done things that made you feel worthless, you're not going to have the internal dialogue that you are worthy and deserving and that you are enough. You are going to have the internal dialogue that you are not worthy or deserving and that you are not enough. And again, both of these different types of dialogues are going to push you in two different directions. And if you feel like there is no cause for your depression, and yet you're still depressed, you're likely not going to have compassion for yourself. You are likely not going to be nice to yourself and to tell yourself it's okay, it's fine, it's natural, I can get through this. You're going to more than likely be telling yourself that you're dumb for being depressed, that you have no reason to be depressed, that you should just get over it. You're not likely going to be very compassionate with your own inner dialogue. All of these different causes come down to our thoughts, because our thoughts are the biggest cause of depression, because our thoughts affect everything. So yes, it starts in your mind, and that may be a very unhelpful thing to hear if you're struggling with depression, because it's not just in your mind at the end of the day. It's in what you're feeling, it's in what you're doing, it's physically affecting your body in different ways. So it starts in your mind, but it doesn't end there. The good thing about that though is if it starts in your mind, it can be fixed with starting with your mind. And yes, it doesn't stay in your mind. As I said, it ripples out into everything that you're thinking, doing, and feeling, and being. But it does start in your mind. It does start with those negative thoughts. So that's where we need to start if we want to fix this depression and overcome it once and for all. Thank you so much for watching this video. I truly hope you were able to find some value in it, and subscribe and stay tuned for part 6 of Overcoming Depression, where I finally go over some tips and tricks to help you through it if you are currently in that boat. I will see you then.